Good morning, beautiful one.
Good morning. I'm going to mute you. All right. We are live. So anyone who is joining on Zoom, good morning. I muted you because we are also broadcasting this live on Facebook. So just to let you know, that's what's happening. Okay. So you will, if you don't want to be on Facebook, you can turn your video off because that's how that works. Otherwise, let's see here, what is happening? Okay. This is giving me some difficulties, so bear with me for just 1 minute. Good morning. All right. One of these days, right? Maybe it'll take a few weeks, but we'll get this all figured out. Okay. Sure. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. Happy Monday. Okay, I think we're good to go. So, all right. Good morning. Welcome to what will be my new Monday for a while, or however long it is. I'm Corrine, for those of you joining who don't know my name. You probably saw this on social media, so you probably know who I am. But I shared last week on Monday that the first week we kind of went into this live stream practice. I wasn't teaching this class or wasn't practicing or anything, and I realized immediately that like I can't survive without my Monday morning class, like my Monday morning practice. So that's why I decided to do it this way. So this is my second week holding this space, so welcome. There will probably continue to be some changes because that's just what it is, right? We're going with the flow. So anyways, get here, come here. Find your way to a comfortable space, if that's on a mat or floor or a rug or wherever you are. Just find a place to sit comfortably, or if you'd rather lie down, that's amazing as well. Just find a place to be, to practice. And we'll start with just a little check-in. So go ahead and just allow yourself to close your eyes. Maybe take a few really deep breaths. Inhale nose, maybe exhale mouth. And just notice, how have you greeted your day so far today? Have you greeted your day yet today? Have you looked outside or stepped outside? Have you just watched the way the light is coming in through a window? Or internally, have you greeted your day inside yourself? Good morning, self. Good morning, heart. Good morning, breath. Good morning, body. How are you feeling today? How am I feeling today? Physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically. Just take a few more breaths. Say hi to good morning. And today I'm going to share the mantra. It's a Kundalini mantra, Kundalini yoga mantra. Sat Narayan Wahe Guru Hari Narayan Satanam. Don't worry about the words, just listen, or if you know the mantra, I've shared this one before, so if you're joining me and you normally join me in class physically, you'll know this mantra, but it's Sat Narayan Wahe Guru Hari Narayan Sat Anam. And this mantra, when you chant it, or when you say it, or you sing it, or you hold it in your heart, or you bring energy to it, it's offering us a purity for our consciousness, so cleansing of our own consciousness, which I think everybody, regardless of how you identify yourself, if you identify yourself as someone who, you know, is an empath or absorbs energies, it doesn't matter if you identify that way or if you even know what that word means. We are all absorbing energy all the time. We are all creating energy, absorbing energy, clearing energy. And so what this mantra can help us do is to just kind of return to more of that pure centered state of our own energetic consciousness, and helps to clear our minds and our perception, right? It's so easy to perceive things as good or bad. It's so easy to use quantifiers in the way that we perceive the world. Like this situation we're in right now, many people are calling it bad, but I mean, that's just, it's a matter of perception. It's all a matter of perception. And I'm not saying that this is a situation where we can be fully Pollyanna about it and say everything is great. But also everything is great and everything can be terrible. It can happen at the same time. So clearing our perception, clearing the veil across our eyes, across our face. And yeah, just creating that space to return back to center. Clearing our mind, moving beyond ourself to our full, like expansive, majestic self. And from there, it allows us to more easily go with the flow. So, Sat Narayan Wahe Guru Hari Narayan Satanam. And I just want to let those of you on Zoom know that I have fixed it, so you won't show up on Facebook. It just took me a second to figure out. So if you do accidentally turn your video on, or you want to turn your video on, I believe I have the thing set up right now. So anyways, technical, right? Technical stuff. Okay, I'm done with the technical stuff. So stay where you are, be comfortable. You're sitting, you're lying down, whatever feels good for you. And we're gonna start off with our mantra. So we'll begin by chanting the sound of Om together. You can chant because nobody can hear you, or you can listen. Om. Say it 3 times, or listen to it 3 times. Inhale nose, exhale mouth. Breathing in. Sat Narayan Wahe Guru Hari Narayan Satanam. Sat Narayan Wahe Guru Narayan Vaheguru, Hari Narayan Satnam, Sat 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 Narayan Vaheguru, Hari Narayan Satnam, 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 returning your attention to your breath. Let's go ahead and come all the way up to standing. I'm gonna start on our feet this morning. I've got the heat cranked up in my house, but it's still not as warm as the studio. So go ahead and come to standing in front of your mat, mountain pose, maybe hips distance apart with the feet. Shoulders rolling back and down. So just take a few breaths here. You can close your eyes or keep them open, whatever feels good. So inhale, shoulders go forward and up. Exhale, back and down. And just let your body and your feet and your legs and everything kind of come with you as you do this. Just notice the rocking motion, front to back or side to side or wherever you are. And then just let those shoulders roll back and down. Maybe your palms are turning a little forward. Just feel your feet here. And as we breathe in, we'll take a nice big reach up. You can turn your palms open if you'd like. Reach up, let your palms touch, maybe lift your heart a little. I like to bring my thumbs to my forehead, third eye. Keep your palms up or do that too. And then as you exhale, bend your knees and just release everything down towards the ground into a forward fold. Hands towards the floor. Go ahead and grab your opposite elbows, maybe your forearms, and just feel that little bit of extra weight kind of pull you down. Again, bend your knees as much as you want here. Relax your neck. Shake your head no, nod your head yes. Exhale, let your hands release. Bend your knees, curl up. Exhaling all the way up to the top. Inhale, let your arms extend, reach. And then as you exhale, go ahead and bring hands down to heart center. Just a tiny little bit of movement here to start things off, releasing mountain pose, Tadasana. Inhale, reach out and up again. Maybe a little lift at the top, maybe thumbs to forehead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, feel your lungs expand. For some of you, that means you might lengthen your torso. For others, you're just gonna feel that expansion as you inhale, and then exhale, just releasing down, forward fold. Inhale, let your knees bend. Exhale, curling up, rounding up, floating up. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. One more time. Inhale, just feel the expansion of the breath. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, curl up. Inhale. And exhale, this time just bringing hands back to heart center. Take a breath or two or five. Inhale, let's reach up again. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, feel the expansion. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, bring your hands down to the ground. Walk your feet back, downward facing dog. Spread your fingers nice and wide, pedal out your feet. Shake your head, nod your head, move your hips. Just feel into this for some breaths. Just noticing how this feels today. Maybe you've been doing a lot of online yoga. Maybe you've been just doing a little bit. Maybe you haven't done any. Maybe this is your first practice in a while. So wherever you are, just take a moment to honor that. Take a moment, stay in downward dog. Take a moment to honor that go with the flow element of your life right now that you can't avoid even if you want to. Right? You just have to keep going with whatever's happening. You have to keep moving with whatever's happening, or holding still or holding space with whatever's happening. Take a couple more breaths in your downward dog. Just feel that being where you are today. Honoring your body as it is today. Inhale, looking up towards your hands, and exhale, go ahead and walk your feet forward. Coming up into forward fold again. Inhale, feel the expansion, whether that's a lift or not is up to you. Exhale, release, fold. Inhale, let the knees bend, coming up as you exhale. Inhale, extending the arms. Exhale, hands coming heart center. And we'll pause with the hands at the heart. Again, feet are comfortable distance apart, whatever that is for you. And as you inhale, you're going to take those palms straight up. You're going to come up onto your toes if you can. You're just going to hold here, maybe just letting your fingertips slightly touch. Your palms could be separate, or maybe your palms are touching. And notice your shoulders wanting to creep up by your ears. Go ahead and drop those down. And when you think about growing taller, instead of thinking about your arms getting longer, think about your ribs creating more space in between them. From here, as you exhale, you'll slowly let your heels lower and your arms lower. Your arms are going to come all the way down behind your back. Go ahead and interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back. Lift your chest. Maybe your hands come slightly away. Maybe your palms stay touching. And exhale, just releasing everything back to mountain pose. Take a moment to feel that expansion, that opening that has started to happen up here for you, perhaps. If you're just joining us, good morning, welcome. Going with the flow. Inhale, lift your heels, reach the arms up, let the palms touch. How can you more deeply embrace the flow right now? How can you more deeply step into that flow, whether it's movement or not movement? This time, keep your heels lifted. Exhale, arms come down. Same thing though, interlace the hands behind the back. Keep the heels lifted. Start to lift the chest. Start to take the chest more forward. Maybe the gaze goes up. Find a little balance. Feel some heat in the backs of the legs. Lift the chest. As you exhale, lower your heels. Bend your knees, folding forward. Keep your hands interlaced if that's okay for you. And fold, Yoga Mudra. If this isn't great for you, you could totally grab opposite forearms or just let your hands come to the floor. That's fine. Take 2 more breaths. As you exhale, let your hands come down to the floor. Bend your knees as you inhale. Bring your hands down all the way to the mat. And as you exhale, stepping back to downward facing dog. So we're going to invite a little bit of fire today. We're going to invite a little bit of spring in today, a little bit of activation. So for our vinyasas today, instead of moving forward and down and up dog or cobra, we're going to do it a little bit differently. Optionally, of course, you can do it however you want. Remember, we're honoring our body and the flow above all things. So if that means you're not doing this or you're doing something different, that's fine. That's great. So if you want to play along with me, we'll go a little something like this. Inhale, you lift the heels and bend the knees, crouching at the back of your mat. As you exhale, you're going to spring off your feet. Your hips are going to come up, and you're going to start to find that round back coming forward to plank. This isn't an exhale. The same exhale, you lower halfway. Now you could have your knees down, right? You're in like a tricep push-up, knees up. You hold for a breath. Inhale, you're gonna press back up to plank. Whew. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, let's try that again together. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees. Exhale, forward to plank and lower to half push-up chaturanga, hold. Inhale, you lift up. Whew. Exhale, downward dog. Good. From here, drop your knees. Come into child's pose. Take a few breaths here. If your arms need a little break, bring your hands back by your feet. Let your shoulders rest on your knees. Or you can keep the arms forward, whatever works for you. Taking a few deep breaths in child's pose. And you might already know the answer, like, am I going to keep playing with that flow today? Or am I already saying, nope, I hate it, it's terrible, I'm not going to do it? It's up to you. Inhale, come back up to hands and knees. Downward facing dog. Inhale, look up to your hands. Exhale, walk. Or if you want to float your feet to your hands, that's fine too. Coming up into forward fold, front of your mat. Inhale, find the expansion, whether that's a lift or not, up to you. Exhale, fold. Inhale, let those knees bend, curling up. Inhale, extending at the top. And exhale, hands come heart center. Releasing all the way back here, holding here. Inhale, lift your heels. Take those palms up. Maybe let the palms separate, keep the fingers touching, or the full palms together. Lift up out of the ribs. Exhale, release your arms. Interlace the hands behind the back. Maybe cross your opposite thumb on top this time. Inhale, lift. Play with your balance, test yourself. It's okay if you wobble, it's okay if you fall. Exhale, lower your heels, forward fold. Next, exhale, release your hands down to the floor. Inhale, bend your knees, bring those hands to the floor. Exhale, stepping back, downward dog. Inhale, heels lift, knees bend. Big exhale, forward and lower, hold. Inhale, press back to plank. Exhale, downward dog. From here, inhale, lift your right leg up behind you. Maybe exhale, let that hip open up. You could look under that right armpit. You could bend the knee. Or you could keep the leg straight. Square it up on your inhale. And then exhale. We'll bring that right foot up between the hands. Good, go ahead and drop that back knee. And then inhale, let's twist open to the right, taking the right arm up. Option here is you exhale, reach that right arm back. And maybe bend that back knee, see if you can grab hold of that foot. And then drop the hips. Stretch through that back thigh. You don't have to grab the foot. You could stay in the twist. You could stay in the reach. You could be somewhere else altogether. From here, release the foot, exhale, come back to lunge. This time, walk your right foot a little wider. Tuck your back toe under, lift your knee. Always modify with knee down if you want. And then you're gonna walk those hands out as far as you can. I'm on my fingertips. Drop your head between your arms. Hold here, breathe 3 deep breaths. Walk your hands back under your shoulders. And then from here, right foot, step it back to left foot, come to plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees. Exhale all the way forward, shoulders in front of wrists, lower into your half push-up and hold. Inhale, back to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Whew. Inhale, lift that left leg. And again, maybe open up that hip. Look under the left armpit. You could bend the knee. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, left foot steps forward. Exhale, bring your back knee, right knee to the ground. You can release the foot, and then you'll inhale, twist to the left. Take the left arm open. And then maybe exhale, reach that left hand back. If you want to, bend that back knee, grab hold of that foot. Exhale, unwind. Bring your hands inside your left foot. Walk your left foot out wide. Tuck your back toe under, lift your knee. Walk your arms forward. Drop your head between your arms. Again, you can modify knee down. And then bring those hands back under your shoulders. And this time, instead of stepping back to plank, you're gonna take your right foot, your back foot, you're gonna step it to the outside of your right hand. So you're gonna come up into kind of wide feet. So you've got wide feet outside your hands. Bend your knees. Say good morning to my dog. Bend your knees, shake your head out, maybe fingertips to the floor. You could sway. You could grab opposite elbows. We'll take about 3 or 4 breaths here. Wide leg forward fold. Just letting the energy flow through you, letting the prana move through you. Feel it. Where do you notice it? From here, we're going to drop down into malasana. So you're going to turn your heels in. And you're going to bend your knees, dropping your hips down, adjusting your feet. And then you can just kind of explore some movement here, right? So there's just holding here, hands at heart, gentle, stretching those hips and thighs open, morning. Or you could Twist it open a little bit. Oh, that feels pretty good. Maybe twisting. You could just be kind of moving, rocking, right? Like sometimes I'll just kind of rock forward and back. Like I'm gonna go into crow pose, except I'm not. Finding like a really big stretch through the inner thighs. So just take another couple of breaths here. You could also have come back into forward fold if that's better for you. Just taking maybe 2 more breaths here in Malasana. Good. And then from Malasana, if you can do it without your hands, try doing it without your hands. Maybe reach your arms forward. You're gonna lower your hips down and bring your feet up. So you could have used your hands for that for sure, right? Like maybe your hands are supporting you. You're gonna come up here. So we're coming into half boat, Ardha Navasana. You can reach, you can hold, whatever you need. If you can, bring your hands to your heart. If you're feeling especially wobbly this morning, it's okay to bring your toes down and kind of support yourself here. That's absolutely great. If you can, keep your shins up. Whew. And then as you exhale, go ahead and twist to your right and straighten your left leg. So your left elbow is going to come towards the outside of your thigh. You're going to hold here for 5 breaths. You're going to shake and tremble. Bring that belly in. 2 more breaths. That's it. Inhale, center. And then of course, other side, exhale. So twisting to your left, you're straightening your right leg. Shaking and trembling, 5 breaths. And back to center. Reach your arms forward if you can. Straighten those legs. Two more breaths. Bend your knees. Grab your knees. Round your back. And rock back. Spinal rocks if you want, if that's good for you. Or just come onto your back. And hug your knees into your chest and maybe take little rocking movement side to side. Or rocking up and down. And if you want to make this a little more challenging, you rock back, you balance. And then you rock up, and you balance. Do that a few times. Maybe you want to hang out back in kind of a little plow pose for a couple of breaths. Maybe you feel like you want to hold boat pose again. I don't know. We'll take like 2 more cycles of breath. And then we're going to bring our feet to the ground. We're going to stand up. We're going to try to do it just like that. And maybe you had to use your hands, and that's okay too. That's good. Not even okay. It's good. There's that quantifier again. Come to mountain pose. Close your eyes. Inhale, reach your arms up. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your arms up. Keep your thumb and your little finger, your pinky finger, touching. Open your 3 middle fingers. So you're opening your hands into this sort of like chalice shape. It's called Lotus Mudra. Your arms are up. And you're just opening, energetically connecting to your own channel, to your own light. So we all have this pillar of light that surrounds us, runs through us, connects us as the middle space between the cosmos, between the highest realms where our highest self lives, and down into the earth, the energy of grounding and anchoring the mother. So we're just connecting to all of that. Feel your feet on the floor. And as you'd like to, breathe up your feet, up through the insides of your legs, the outsides of your body, up through your belly, through your heart, into your arms, all the way up into your palms. And then as you exhale, go ahead and bring your hands down to your heart. Let your fingertips come together. Hold your hands at your heart and let the energy move back down through your feet into the floor. Open your eyes. Inhale, we're going to come back up on our toes. We're going to take those hands up again. Shift your gaze up. Maybe even look all the way up at your hands. Little wobble, but feel that strength in your belly. Feel that low belly pulling in to keep you strong. As you exhale, lower your arms. You can keep your gaze up. Interlace your hands behind your back. Keep the heels up if you can and really start to drop back. On an exhale, lower your heels and fold forward back to Yoga Mudra one more time. Exhale, release your hands. Inhale, hands all the way to the ground. Bend your knees. Exhale, stepping back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees. Finding that wave forward. Exhale, down into your chaturanga push-up. Inhale, press back to plank, or if this time you want to move up through upward facing dog, you could do that. Downward dog. From here, inhale, lift your right leg up behind you. Exhale, right foot steps up between your hands. Left heel is going to come to the floor, so we're coming into warrior two. So your right foot is forward, your left heel to the ground. I like to bend both knees first. Inhale, finding your way up to warrior two. Exhale, landing into it. Maybe looking over your back arm, your front arm. Breathing here, and again, feel the energy from the low belly pulling back and in. On your next exhalation, bring your right forearm to your thigh. Go ahead and just let your left arm relax for a second. So you're in kind of a really easy side angle. And then this back arm, you're going to sweep it down by the floor. As you inhale, it's going to reach up by your arm, by your head. Exhale, take it back and follow your hand with your gaze. Sweep it around, inhale. And exhale. If your shoulder's a little crunchy like mine is, I invite you to keep your elbow more bent as you come through this circle here. A couple more. Press down into that front heel while you're doing that. Keep your front toes relaxed. Inhale. One more. This time, bring it forward. Press into that right forearm and open yourself. Let your right ear fall to your right shoulder and really reach forward. Right shoulder down. Press into that front heel. Good, one more breath. Inhale, up to warrior two. And then exhale, go ahead and straighten your front leg. So similar movement here, drop your right hip. Left hand's gonna come to your hip. Reach your right arm forward, reach, reach, reach. And then exhale, right hand. So we're coming into triangle pose. Maybe keep your right fingertips floating. If they easily find the floor, or if you're using a prop, or you wanna rest on your shin, that's good too. Same thing, so left arm, relax it, and it's gonna come down, and it's gonna reach around. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale again. Keep that elbow really bent. If you have a crunchy shoulder, press into that front heel. Yoga from home, all the sounds. Two more. Last one. Hold here. Reach it forward. Reach, 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 reach. Let your right ear fall to your right shoulder. Reach, reach, reach. Press into the outside edge of that back heel. Reach. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. You're just going to bring the hand down. You're going to walk yourself into a lunge. Inhale, right foot. Step it to left foot plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. Exhale, coming forward, lowering into your chaturanga push-up and holding. Inhale, back to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale from here, lift your left leg up behind you. And exhale, step your left foot forward. This time, right heel comes to the ground. We're gonna open up to warrior two on the left side. Again, maybe checking out the back arm, the front arm. And if you feel, especially if you feel that low back kind of arching a lot, I know mine does that, think about that belly, bring it in, low belly. Exhale, go ahead and bring your left forearm to your left thigh, right arm can relax for a moment. Just kind of feeling this easy side angle, press into that front heel. And then we're gonna take that right arm, bring it forward, inhale, and then exhale around. We'll do this a few times. If you're like wanting to work a little harder, you could keep that left forearm off your thigh. Whew, really give that thigh some activation. Two more. And then we'll bring that right arm forward and hold. And you'll press into that left elbow to twist. And then let your left ear fall to your left shoulder. Let your left shoulder relax. And feel your fingertips to the outside edge of your right foot. Feel that length. Get longer. You might feel some like heat moving up that right arm. Good, one more breath. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, go ahead and straighten that front leg. Whew. Bring your right hand down or to your hip. Drop your left hip, reach forward. And then let that left hand come down. So coming into triangle pose. Twisting open, again, low belly. Keep that energy engaged. Right arm is back. And then you're gonna inhale. Take that right arm up and around. Exhale. Good. Inhale. And exhale. With your breath moving through it. Two more times. And releasing. We're gonna take that right arm forward. We're gonna hold it there. Opening to the side. Maybe let that left ear drop. Reach, reach, reach. On your next exhale, just bring the hands down. Coming into lunge. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees. Exhale forward into your half push-up, chaturanga push-up. Hold. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. We'll stay here for about 5 deep breaths. From here, you could also be down in child's pose. Your arms could be back or forward. If you want to stay with a little bit of that shoulder activation where we kind of have been, you could come into dolphin pose, elbows under shoulders. You could hang out here for your 5 breaths. But wherever you are, I want you to maybe close your eyes and connect to your breath. Close your eyes. Connect back to your breath. You need to breathe out your mouth, breathe out your mouth. If you can feel your heartbeat, feel your heartbeat. And then however you want to, make your way up to standing, mountain pose. Last little bit of standing movement here. So coming up to standing. Take your time to get there. And we're going to do a little bit of balancing because holy world out of balance right now, right? So coming back to that energetic flow state again. Being in the flow of balancing. So that might mean you fall a lot of times this morning. I was practicing earlier and I fell a lot of times. And I'll probably fall a lot of times again. That's okay. So we're going to start off by coming into tree pose. So you can start with your hands at your heart. And doesn't matter what leg you do first. We're going to do both legs. So I usually personally like to balance on the leg that feels the most wobbly, which for me is my right leg right now. So I'm going to stand on my right leg and bring my left foot into tree pose. And you don't have to be on your thigh. You could be wherever. You could kickstand, you know, find your tree, whatever it is. Whew. And don't look at yourself in the video because then you'll definitely fall. Finding a point to focus on with your eyes, your drishti. Of course, you can move the arms if you'd like. If you want to extend the arms up where we were earlier. If you want to keep the hands at the heart, open the arms out. Stay standing on your one leg. You're just going to release that foot that's in tree pose out to the side. Ooh, try not to bring it to the floor like I just did. So you can hold the knee. Or you're going to reach down and maybe grab that big toe and open that leg out. Wherever you are. Maybe shift your eyes up. And then when you're ready, exhale, whew, release. Give the other leg a little shake. Take a moment to feel the imbalance. I feel like I'm pretty much leaning to one side. Just feel that for a moment or two. And feel how much of you wants to like really quickly get to the next side so I can feel even. Wait, be in the flow of the unevenness for a second. There's still flow there. There's still flow and imbalance. Okay, when you're ready, tree pose, other side. You want to take your arms differently. And we'll slowly release that leg out to the side. Again, maybe you want to grab the foot or the big toe. You can extend the leg, or you can keep the knee bent. If you can, whew, start to bring your gaze up. Hold. And exhale, release. And let's take those feet out a little wider. Let's just find a nice, easy floppy arm sway here. Couple more breaths. Slowing it down. And let's come down onto the floor. Coming to seated. Bring the bottoms of the feet together. Pressing the feet together. Keeping the inner thighs active. You can hold the ankles, the knees. Sitting up nice and tall, letting your pelvis tip forward. Big inhale, heart leads first. And then exhale. Maybe drop your head. Maybe release your hands to the floor. Be a gentle sway. And inhaling, coming up, bringing your knees together. And we're gonna roll back. So coming back to those spinal rocks that we did earlier, if that works for you, or just coming onto your back, hugging knees to chest. We're taking a few little rocks here. Letting this be a little playful. Eventually, rocking yourself back into plow, if that's good for you, feet behind you. It could also be like, be somewhere in half plow, like your feet don't have to actually touch. You could hold your hips. If you're like, I hate plow, it's the worst, then don't do it. Do something else. Bring your knees back into your chest, or maybe move into a happy baby instead. That's great too. Something to just kind of bring an element of forward fold into your spine. If you're in plow, hold for a couple more breaths. Some of you might feel inspired to move into shoulder stand from here. If you've never done a shoulder stand before, today might not be the day for that. If you want to, if you're in plow, your hands come to your low back or your hips, and one leg can go up, the other leg can go up. You wouldn't look to the side like I'm doing. It's very bad for your neck. Don't do that. You could be here if you want to be here. Or just bring yourself back onto your mat. Maybe moving into a bridge pose instead. Take another few breaths wherever you are. If you're just laying on your back, that's great. Take another few breaths on your back. And then that's where we're all gonna land, is on our back. So, again, this is your practice. You're doing this at home. You're welcome to, you can just turn this off now and just let yourself continue to move. If you have found some space in your body and you're like, ooh, movement feels so good, I want to keep going, you could definitely keep going. If otherwise, if not, find yourself in a comfortable position, a comfortable posture. Shavasana, relaxation, rest, stillness. Eyes can close again. Connect with the feeling of your body on the floor underneath you. And as you'd like, let out a really big exhale out your mouth, maybe. Feel the movement of prana within you. Feel the life force. Say to yourself, I'm alive. I'm alive. Feel that life, that energy, that prana moving through you, flooding through you, filling you. I'm alive. I have a body. My body is alive. My heart is beating. There is blood coursing through my veins. There is air flowing in my lungs. There is oxygen flowing through my cells. I am alive. And because I am alive, I am allowed to experience joy. I am allowed to experience pleasure. I am allowed to experience pain. I am allowed to experience grief. I am alive. I am allowed to experience flow. I am allowed to experience stagnation. No matter what I am experiencing, I am still alive. I am still here. I am in this body. I am thinking. I am breathing. I am alive. I am alive in this moment, right now, no matter what else is going on. I am alive. I hear the sounds of the world around me. I am alive. I smell the smells of the world around me. I am alive. I feel my breath moving through me. I am alive. Stay here as long as you'd like. I love you. Namaste.